In just 3 months, the political career of Adams Oshiomole has suffered a huge setback. Some political experts believe his career might have been reduced to rubble by no other person than the former Edo State governor himself. No, so long after the Court of Appeal affirmed his sack as the national chairman of the All Progressives Congress (APC), he has been dislodged in Edo, where he governed from 2008 to 2016. The tussle with Governor Godwin Obaseki, whom he helped into power, is one of his greatest undoing, as he has not just lost political relevance in his stronghold but suffered a heavy blow. After he fell out with Obaseki, the APC Executive Committee in his ward in Esako West local government suspended him. The APC chairman in the 18 local government areas of the state also passed a vote of no confidence on him, accusing him of working against the party interest. Although Oshiomole appeared to have dismissed the suspension as a child's play, it would later cost him his position as the national chairman of the party, as a high court in Abuja suspended him on that basis. Danlami Senchi, a judge, had ruled in March that it was wrong of the APC to have kept Oshiomole as chairman after he was suspended by his state chapter of the party. The final attempt to get him back into the party's hierarchy failed in June after the appellate court ruled there was no justifiable basis for an appeal against the court ruling suspending him. In the heat of the crisis, the National Working Committee of the APC was dissolved and its loyalists lost control of the party. While it appeared as if Obaseki was losing grounds ahead of the governorship election, considering how popular the APC had been in the state, Oshiomole relocated to Benin, where he became the face of the APC governorship campaign, with Osage Ezeyamu as a spectator in his own game. His authority as a two-term governor and the former national chairman was not in doubt. Some people had in fact likened him to the almighty Bola Tinubu, who has remained powerful in Lagos despite leaving office as governor in 2007. To all the ears that cared to listen, Oshiomole boasted of how the APC will defeat Obaseki in the election and even apologized for selling him to Edo people as the best fit for governor in 2016. But Obaseki, who wanted to beat the master in his own game, appealed to the people as the Edo no be Lagos mantra resonated among the electorate. In the closing days of his campaign, Obaseki boasted to his supporters in Oredo local government area, which eventually gave him 43,498 votes, the highest in the election, that having dealt with Oshiomole at the national level of APC, the next target was to bury him politically. This election is a contest with Oshiomole. We have dealt with him at the national level, we will bury him politically in this election, he had said. Well, the elections are now over and it has become clear that the voters trounced godfatherism. So what next for Oshiomole? Reconcile with Obaseki to regain relevance in the state political stage like the average of Nigerian politicians, or return to the labor union as the comrade he used to be? So guys, this is a food for thought. This is really food for thought. Where does he go next? What is the next line of action for him? Do you think Obaseki will want to bring him closer? Do you think Obaseki will want to work with him? In my previous video, I was like, oh, you know, the only thing that can really humble Obaseki is not because, I'm not saying maybe humble in the sense that maybe he has been dealt with. You know, when people come out and support you, give you that massive support, you will just be humble that what have you done to have deserved this? Because you just be speechless. Because when you are with people, people will be telling you, yes, I'm going to support you, I'm going to do this and that, but you don't know what they have in mind until that very day. But to all those who said, yes, we are going to support you, we are solidly behind you, and they proved it. So you will have respect more for the people, and he will be humbled that if not for God that used the people you would have been singing a different song today. So what else do you want to fight for somebody for? What else do you want to say again? You just look at the person, because if the person cannot be humbled by the kind of support himself got, what else again? Because if you are thoughtful, you'll be thankful, because the gap, the massive support was just too much, and it was a landslide. The margin was just too wide. Out of 18 local government, the man got 14. With all the boasts here and there, oh, a betrayer, this and that, this and this and that. Oh, they were boasting that they were the one that put him there. They were the one that put him there. But now reverse is the case. So had it been Ezeyamo had won, they would have said, yes, we said it, that if not for the APC chieftains, if not for Oshiomole, he wouldn't have won in 2016. And just the same way Ezeyamo tried his best in 2016, nobody was with him. He just did everything, and maybe federal might still help Obaseki, or some of the things Oshiomole did, whichever way. But now it has been proven that with or without them, they cannot do anything. Man no be God, though. That is all they are saying, because from what is there in the public domain, that this man really helped Obaseki, but Obaseki betrayed him. That is just what is being there. But now we can see how people can really support you. It is not only one man show. The Edo people told him that if not for us, Obaseki wouldn't have won in 2016, but Oshiomole is taking all the glory, that he was the one that did it. He was the one. Only your votes, one of your votes cannot even do anything. And just like I said, if people are saying, oh, we are going to support you, this and that, don't worry. They might just say it, but you don't even know what they have in mind, and they go and do something else. But you can imagine the kind of a crowd Oshiomole was, getting. Of course, you can see Oshiomole, because anytime they went for rally, Osho Baba, nobody even talked about Ezeyamo. So with that, it was already, he was confident that, can you imagine? He was even telling journalists that, oh, did you see the rally when we went to Edo University of Benin sports complex or something? Didn't you see the crowd? Didn't you see the way they were shouting Osho Baba? He was telling the journalists that even when most of the rallies that Obaseki went, if they just say, oh, the governor is coming, that nobody even talked anything. But he was full of himself. The proud pride and arrogance. But see what has happened. So I was even saying, oh, you can just even work with him, just forgive all of them. Somebody say, no, I shouldn't say that. No. I shouldn't go there, that he should not bring Oshiomole close to him. I say, well, he has, I'm just saying my own, because to me, with the way I felt with the whole thing, I was really humbled. That, can you imagine? Because I was just surprised, because I never even knew that Obaseki could really go far, because I just felt that even if he's going to win, it's going to be a tough one, because the gap wouldn't even be too wide, if at all. But reverse is the case, because their federal might, this and that, this and this, with the way they just say, oh, this man has betrayed a lot of people, forget it. But the thing I just have in mind, that even if he fails, but at least he has been able to prove the point that no matter what, you cannot just chicken out. Somebody cannot just, just like we always say, oh, he just shakara you, oh, he just run. Just like a Ambode chicken out. What Ambode did too might be a good thing. What is good for the goose is good. What works for Mr. A might not work for Mr. B. So people should not just even blame Ambode, because if people are really behind you, you can go places. So that being said, where does Oshiomole go from here? Even if he goes back to his comradeship stuff, do you think people will trust him? Do you think people will believe him? Do you think people will be comfortable working with him with all the things he did? A lot of people are saying, oh, it was just a mere politics. It goes beyond that. It goes beyond that. Well, you should go to Sudan and continue his sewing business. I believe you should face your own problems than talking about Oshiomole. Remember, he's an activist, not a politician. Oh, hey, you can imagine. His supporters are now saying he's an activist, not a politician. Somebody, they said he's a strong politician, he's a whatever, the almighty Oshiomole. Now they are beginning to change this. They will not leave Oshiomole. Oshiomole talk will never end in Edo State. It's a remarkable thing. that he has done, whether good or bad, Edo people will remember all of those. They will play all the records. Do you think it is easy to fool people? No, 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 no. Well, bro, Brode man is Edo State. Okay, Brode man is the Edo State problem. We all know that he's a tailor. That he can go back to his Ubioma. The time and season for disgracing Oshiomole is now, and he caused it for himself. No more talking and nodding of head like lizard because of being power drunk. Before every fall is pride. He exhibited pride, arrogance, and stubbornness, which brought his downfall like a pack of cards, an opportunity he won't get again. Sounding like a failure with a failed man. Sorry, like somebody will say, oh, people should face another thing and leave Oshiomole. Like, this is just starting. Leave what? Oga, if you like, be his fan. His failure has not finished yet. Next is financial downfall. Tell him to beware of EFCC. Okay. Let him go help Tinubu offload bullion van in Lagos. So many forces were against Oshiomole, aggrieved APC members. He maltreated the judiciary. He insulted the Benin monarch. He disrespected the Edo people. He deceived God Almighty. He assumed and law of karma. He ignored. Can a man play God? Let him relocate to Sambisa Forest and be Boko chief strategist. That will fit him better, or he can go and do whatever he likes. Time will tell. Most commentators here are just releasing steam. Oshiomole's faction lost Edo election, so what? Politicians fail all the time. Oh, you can imagine. Politicians fail all the time. And they told us that by Sunday, Obaseki will go back to Lagos. I am a northerner. I am proud of Edo people. You people action will bring most of our greedy politicians back to their senses. Exactly. Well, it is also time for Osho to fall. There is time for everything. Okay. So guys, let's say your opinion. That where does Oshiomole go from here? Leave your comments below and let's have your take.